Hey everyone, it's Elsie here and I have a Hip Kit Club layout for you today. This layout I made as part of a Mixed Media Monday post with Missy and Anna. I'm just catching up on videos now, so that's why it's a little bit late, but I'll leave the blog post down below. So this is the cut file I used and it's gorgeous. It's designed by Kim Watson and I really wanted to use it somehow and I was in the mood to paint. So I was originally going to cut the leaves out of the watercolour paper we got in the colour kit, the October colour kit, and my Cameo was playing up and yeah, I was just a bit nervous about cutting through watercolour paper. I know it can do it, but yeah, so I decided to go for a different option and try sketching the cut file. I arranged all the leaves into a pattern that I liked in my Silhouette software, and then I have the pen holder tool, so you can put any kind of pen, pencil, whatever you want in there and it will sketch the pattern out with that. So I'm using a Stadler, I never know how to pronounce it, 0.3 fine liner, and I did this because it's waterproof. Oh, it's just so, I was just amazed by it, so that's why I got the footage, because I was just like watching it like, oh my god, it's working. I'm always so amazed that it works, but yeah, I ended up absolutely loving it. And I do have the some Silhouette sketch pens, but they're not waterproof, and since I knew I was just going to be throwing a lot of watercolour at this, I thought yeah, let's try it out, and it worked, and I was so pleased. So the three colours we got in the kit are all Shimmers products. I think they're called Mango, Tango, Lapis Dance and Old Yeller, I think. And two of them are like in the pots. I don't know what kind of shimmers they are, I always get confused with the names, but they're gorgeous. I especially love the navy colour and the yellow colour. I thought, oh, it's not really my kind of yellow, but it's so nice and it's so glittery and shimmery. It's just amazing. So yeah, there's literally no skill involved in what I'm doing. I'm literally just making a mess and, you know, just using these three colours and sort of getting mixes. If it gets a bit muddy, I just kind of dab it up, and yeah, just throwing a load of paint down and just not really, you know, thinking about it too much. It's quite therapeutic. So I absolutely love the mixes of colours we've got in between like the three main colours, and it kind of turned out like a very autumnal rainbow, which I really liked. The colours are like kind of red, yellow and blue, so the kind of primary colours, although technically they're not primary colours, but just bear with. So, you know, if you kind of make a colour wheel with them, you get some really gorgeous shades. And yeah, especially love that green. Ugh, I don't know, I just love it. It's just so autumnal and yeah, fitting for this time of year. So yeah, I ended up kind of not really liking it as a background. That was my intention. I was going to use this as a background, and then I sort of was like, okay, maybe I'll try and sort of highlight the leaves a bit more, because the black outlines kind of faded back a bit. So I just coloured them in with some matching colours, and I ended up fussy cutting them out, and I had to include a little still shot here because look how cute they look. Oh, I'm obsessed with them. The colours are so perfect and autumnal, and yeah, the watercolour paper was really easy to fussy cut out as well, so that was nice. And yeah, I'm basically arranging them in the same way I painted everything, but yeah, just it made it a lot cleaner, I think, by fussy cutting them out. And I'm cutting my photo into a circle just for something a little bit different. And yeah, that's kind of the mixed, no, actually it's not, I lie. It's not the mixed media part, but yeah, it was so easy to do, and you just get such lovely sort of tones and colours, and some really interesting kind of washes of colour in on the leaves. And yeah, I ended up just absolutely loving how this layout turned out. It's a little bit different from me. It's it's a bit more simple, I think. And I was trying to make it more complicated. I say complicated, I was trying to add more stuff to it basically, but I don't think it really needed it in the end. So, but yeah, you'll see that in a bit. So the stencil I used with some modelling paste, and that stencil was from last month, the September kit. And that star stencil is like my favourite stencil ever. I know I'm going to get so much use out of that. And that's one thing I really like about hip kits. And yeah, because the colour kits, they kind of, they last. So they're more of an investment, I guess. Not in like they cost loads, because they don't. I think they're really reasonably priced. But yeah, just because it's something that you can use with each kit and each and every month. It's something that lasts a lot longer, because I did not use all the paint on this page. Yeah, and I now have those colours, and it's just really nice to have in my stash. So yeah, I'm just sticking everything onto the background, and I'm kind of arranging them in like a circular way, and kind of I want to make it look like they were kind of exploding out of the picture. And I considered using some of these massive chipboard titles from Dear Lizzie Stargazer collection, but it was just way way too much on this page, I think. So what's talking about the less is more kind of thing. I tried adding more to this page, and the more I added, the more I just didn't like it. And yeah, it was just kind of, it's quite interesting just to sort of try something a little bit different. And I really enjoyed making this page. Yeah, it's encouraging me to be a little bit more simple, because I try and overcomplicate things in my head, and yeah, it's just not good. So American Crafts sent me some of the thicker alignment guides, so I thought I'd try and use them just as a little bit of advice to you. It has a bit of film on it, so make sure you take that off, because the alignment thing doesn't actually work if you have that on it. So yeah, I am using these sort of matte gold foiled thickers. I think they're called Spooktacular or something. I assume they're from a Halloween collection. And they've got a black foam core, and it's just so nice. Yeah, and yeah, the title Autumn Breeze. I don't know. It just, yeah, my hair is like blowing in the wind, and then the leaves look like they're kind of, you know, flailing about. I don't know. Yeah, that just worked. And I never use thickers, like a lot of thickers. I'm not a title person, but yeah, I just like the way it looks on this page, and it's just working with the circle thing rather than against it, which is how I felt like the chipboard words were looking. And some clouds. I stitched some clouds, of course I did. So yeah, I think I drew these and then just cut them out and then stitched around them with some white thread. Just I felt like it needed something to kind of frame it. Oh, and also the wood veneer I'm sticking down are exclusive, and they're from the Project Life kit, and they just work so well with this page. They are so beautiful. They're really thin, and they're kind of etched, so they're really detailed and just intricate and just so nice. And I think they look they work really well in with all the colours. Makes it look very earthy, I think. And yeah, what else? Oh, the daisies that are kind of on the corners of the photo. Well, actually, there aren't any corners on the photo because it's a circle. Brilliant. Those were from one of the Jen Hadfield papers that I just fussy cut them out, and yeah, I just felt like the photo needed something to kind of make it blend into the background a bit more. So yeah, those work really well, and I love daisies. They're like my favorite flower. So and here I am trying to complicate everything again. I tried adding some of these like chipboard and puffy stickers from the Pink Fresh Studio Escape the Ordinary collection. And I ended up just using the moon in the top right corner. I just thought that would look really cute, just kind of tucked behind the cloud. Just made it a lot more whimsical. And yeah, another thing you can do, especially because I had all these scraps left over of the watercolour paper, I just used a few sizes of butterfly punch and punched them out and sort of filled in the gaps of, you know, like the coordinating colours, and that was pretty much it. So yeah, a bit of a different one for me, a little bit more simple, but yeah, it's honestly one of my favourite layouts I've made recently, so I'm really happy with it. So yeah, any questions, any thoughts, you know, wonderings, ponderings? Oh my god, I've no idea what I'm saying. But yeah, that's everything. So yeah, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll leave a link to the blog post down below so you can see Missy and Anna's projects because they are so beautiful. And yeah, I think that's everything. I'll see you in my next video.